you're a yummy slice of pizza with extra pepperoni. And today we're going to be speaking about some macro stuff. The economy's dead. It's on life support. That's funny. Crypto's going up. How does that work? The money printer. It all comes back to the money printer. First, friends, I'm going to throw you the juice, the actual juice. The highest content is coming right now. Take a look at this picture. These are the weekly global liquidity index measurements year-on-year percent. Now, I know it's very, very faint here, but you can see this light blue line rising up and this yellow line as well. There's a light blue line up here. I'll probably draw it for you just to show you. It's a light blue line up there like that. And then you have this yellow one here. And the top right as well, this light blue line is going up here. And then the bottom right like that. Okay, so you have the top left, financial conditions. Okay, this one is the liquidity cycle index. These are just these different cycles. So don't worry about these like specific numbers, just global liquidity. Okay, but did you see how everything was pointing up? They're swinging up. Once again, see in the circles, I've highlighted it for you in the circles. See how they're swinging up? That's the juice. That's the juice part. And you also notice how, go back again, there are these cycles go up and down, up and down. Okay, beautiful. So what's actually happening? Well, it's a global liquidity index and it might line up again for the fourth time, crypto cycle, for us to pump. And we're going to need some pump music just to accompany us with that. Praying, 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 please. Please pump. Now, these forward-looking indicators, friends, they're just basically just a reading. They use ISM and all this other stuff. They use these like lags, like business cycle, like they do basic stuff like they check the surveys. They go, okay, when you're like have a positive expectation and then the production is up, there's like a 6-month lag forward, and then you have boosted sales pretty much. So they can measure all that because they put all the data together. They go, oh, wow, interesting. When people like have a high reading of optimism, it takes about 6 months and then it actually plays into fruition. So that's why they match all these things up. That's why you're trying to look for forward-looking stuff. Now, as that happens, friends, more liquidity gets thrown into the system, okay? Because the money has to be supporting it, right? That's what it comes down to. So this means crypto goes up. Now, you don't need to know everything, how it works. I do. I've gone through it thousands of times. You don't really need to know that. You just need to know, okay, green button up, red button down. That's it. And we're just waiting for the next phase, and we're pretty much just playing, friends. So even have Mr. Pulsarian. Turn the printer on, and our crypto bags appreciate. I'm so thirsty, I'll take some liquids. Yes. What type of liquids, friends? Please share. Now, concurrent to all of this, so we have the liquidity cycle about to turn up. Something has been thrown our way, though. Okay, it is the US yield curve. All right, now this is just the same yield curve that I have drawn manually, friends, which is right here. This is the same one. Okay, so see that's actually me charting it, but you can actually look at it. See, that's pretty much it, right? It's the same thing. Now, you already know when you do the uninversion part. So obviously below this horizontal line, that's 0%. That's inverted. That's very, very, like it's weird, but makes sense, right? Because insiders know that bad stuff is coming. So they're happy to gobble up the interest rates today. They're happy to take them up today and the ones in the future. So they know, oh wait, bad stuff is coming. That 5% yield due in 10 years, that is too cheap because I know bad stuff is coming. 5% is a steal. People are going to be begging for 2% in like 2 years. So I better get this now. And so that's how the thing inverts. But they have information you and I don't have. But they have their footprints here. All right? They have their footprints here. Because remember, friends, yes, we know the deep state. They're doing the wars and stuff, you know, Ukraine, all these other things. It is tornado cash for the US dollar. But they can't launder everything. Okay, there's all this black budget stuff. Yes, there is. They do get their way with a lot of things, but they can't do with everything. And there are different levels, I guess, to the deep state insider stuff. There is different levels to it, right? You got everywhere from the higher up, the 200 people, deep within, making the shots. You also have like, you know, low-level journalist plebs. And sometimes, friends, that's what happens, right? So they get tip-offs. Like, remember, I shared one of my stories, anonymous friend, which I'm not going to speak too much about. He never even told me his real name, where he got a tip-off many years ago about an oil event in the Middle East, right? And he knew that either Americana or something was going to happen in the Middle East, and it could have even been an event, nothing to do with America itself. It could have just been like Iran or Iraq, someone bombed someone, and they knew 3 to 6 months in advance. And then he was tipped off by someone else. He just bought the call options on oil, and he turned like 50 grand into 4 to 10 million or whatever it was. So this type of stuff is happening, friends. So think about him. Think about, he has this information. He goes, oh, there's going to be an oil event. That's all you need to know. They don't ask questions. That's it. Okay, you want the event? Something bad's coming or something's good coming. They know ahead of time. Okay, and that's when these people know these things, like they did with the zombie virus, which is what they did. They had their ground-filled research. They figure this stuff out before mainstream. That's why all of these trillion-dollar funds, friends, they already know what's going on in every single country before most people in the media report it. Okay, so this yield curve is about to un-invert, but here's the kicker, right? It un-inverts because the US Fed has to cut rates. So they have to cut the rates, but they don't cut because, oh, we're feeling good, let's cut. No, they're cutting rates because things are slowing down too fast, too bad. And we're due for a rate cut September. And then on average, from the first rate cut, the average over the past 100 years is a 27% crash. And as I explained before in my videos, because this is really important to know, because you buckle this, you'll never forgive yourself, okay? So I checked it out. Yes, there's a 27% crash. The problem is, it could go from 1 to 11 months up first before it crashes. Think about that. What if crypto starts crashing with stocks 7 months after the crash? Okay, so sorry, after the rate cut. So if they cut rates in September, let's actually draw it right now. If they cut rates in September, friends, and stocks are due for a crashing here, what is, here we go, here's 7 months. That's March next year, right? Think about that, man. In crypto, friends, it goes parabolic in 50 days, 50 to 100 days. You just need 100 days. That's others BTC ratio, flipping green, and then you have 100 days. 50 days of walking up, and then 50 days of parabolic euphoria. 100 days is nothing, man. That's just 3 months. So it is possible that we start running in August and September, right? And then you've only got 1 or 2 months to go for a big wave. That's possible. It is possible to do that. Okay, but it would need more time, just to let you know, because others BTC has not flipped green yet. So this is it. I'll show it to you now. Others BTC is still, it's still red right here. So not red on the candle, but red on the super trend. So it needs to go back up. I mean, you want to see how far, look how fast it was easy to flip here though. From this bottom, it still took like 2 months. 2 months to flip it. So that's, you line it up, you're like, okay, we could go up. If you repeat, we could go up in August and then we flip it in September. But that flip isn't enough. That begins the 100 days in there again. So, no matter how you look at it, there is time for all of these things to play out, but crypto goes up anyway and traps everybody. That's still possible. Traps everybody. All right. So that time period of the crashing anxiety part, right? That 1 to 11 month delay. I even went back to the stock market chart and I looked at some examples. Like here, we looked at some examples, friends, where this is back in 2019. They started cutting rates, which is the orange line. But look what the stocks did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months up. Then you crashed up. Okay. Also, even before it in the GFC, look at this. They started cutting rates here. But look at this time period here. So stocks started going down, but people get confused. They think this is capitulation part. No. This is where it starts to get angry. This is when everyone's like, okay, I'm definitely never buying again. Okay. These are the fees. These are the fees. This is like the really, really anxiety part. But before that part, I know things are suck, but it goes up. But look at this, man. From their first rate cut in July 2007, look, May 2008, there's another green candle. So that's plenty of time to trap everyone. You think about that, right? That is that's like 8, 9 months. 9 months of where the stocks go sideways, but the GFC crashes right around the corner. But remember, you don't know in month 9 that the GFC crash is coming. But that's still 9 months. 9 months is plenty of time for crypto to go nuts. So checking out all these angles, even though, yes, this yield curve, un-inverting, look, recession stuff, obviously recession, see the dark gray line? When you look at the dark gray line, that is the recession here. Recession. these things are always backward looking as well. So you don't even know like when do they start the recession? Who declares it, right? They always start it late. We could be in one now. We could be like downtrending right now. We could be in a recession. It's probably likely we're in a recession right now. What does recession mean? But it's like, when are you in a bull market, friends? You're in a bull market November 2022 when Bitcoin hit 15,700. Like from that point, we had maximum upside return. But doesn't feel like a bull market. So just these labels and this stuff, don't worry about them. All that matters is this un-inversion and then this liquidity stuff. That's the most important part, okay? So we know it's all about the money printer, friends. That's why it's a simulation. We've seen a lot of weird stuff, but the economy, friends, right now is on life support via money printing. So this is Pepe. This is Pepe, basically. He's got a computer to breathe from him. Look at this chart. This chart's done. That's funny. It's all the charts. Ah, hilarious. All right. So the economy's on life support. And this is why crypto moves in a hyper-correlated fashion to the money printer. Now, stocks, real estate, gold, everything moves in line with the money printer. Everything moves in line with that M2 money supply stuff, the money printing. They all do with the central bank's balance sheet. But they move in different levels. They move in different levels. So if you went into a sleeping coma and you wake up at the end, the answer is obvious. You buy crypto. Not even close to anything else. Not even close, friend. Just like I am, highest value content in crypto right here, your friend Sommi. With crypto, nothing else, not even remotely compares to its returns, outsized returns. But getting to the end, that's a different game. That's a mental game, right? You need balls, you need ovaries, you need everything in between. You need very, very straight posture. You need your fluffy slippers. You need a squeaky chair. And you can make it. I believe in you. But the volatility is insane, right? So all these pit stops along the way, minus 30%, minus 50, minus 70, minus 80%. Okay, you don't get that in stocks. In stocks, it's like, oh, minus 20, it's the end of the world. In crypto, minus 20 is like, oh, we're still going up then. Remember, all the assets follow this path. They all follow this path. So that crypto reacts the most because it's the smallest bucket. So the money printer though, friends, the money printer is the oxygen. So why does they put the money printer on, they expand the balance sheet, and then everything starts going up. But then when they pause it, what happens? Everything dies hard. Dies hard. And then they turn it back on and everything goes up again. That is life support. That's life support. And it's because we are at late stage fiat. Now, this page is literally titled The 5-Stage Cycle of a Fiat Currency. I'm going to read it for you live here, friends. I haven't checked this out before, but look at this. Look, stage 1 is fueled by optimism and euphoria as politicians promise growth stimulus. Stage 2, restrictions. Stage 3, the gambling stage, where excessive liquidity makes its way into the stock market. Stage 4, the penultimate stage of the fiat cycle, sluggish growth. Okay? Sluggish growth. They tried to make money through other means than financing and brokerage fees. At this stage, corruption prevails. Fundamentals are ignored and wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few. Stage 5 is literally hyperinflation. Okay, so we are in probably that stage 4. Not probably, we are. Growth is sluggish. The only way we grow is they just rack on the money printer and we're going to like squeeze it to the very, very end. Now, here's the thing. Everyone's trying to predict when they're finally going to give up. I believe it's a simulation. You know it's a simulation, by the way, friends. It's a simulation. So I think we're not going to be blindsided by it. I think it's going to be very obvious when it comes. I think what's going to happen is we're going to have the CBDC digital dollar. I know Donald Trump doesn't like it. Probably one of the reasons why they wanted to put a bullet in him, right? They find a way to get it out there, friends. They might rename it something else. They have this new system. And there will be a planned crisis. A perfectly scripted crisis. They take it off the shelf. Hey, let's run this one. And that's what happens. And then, look, you figure out, friends, like, let's say you have your parents live in a home, 50 years, they don't want to leave, right? They don't want to leave. You offer them a large amount of money, they're not leaving, okay? There was even a case in Australia, friends, like it was a suburb, some guy, he had a home. I think it was worth like 1.8 million back in the day. A company, they were building like skyscrapers, or like these giant units, and he would not sell. They offered him, it started like 1.8, then 2.8, 3.8. Like after 3 years, he did not accept 10 million. He did not accept 10 million. He's not leaving. He died there, by the way. He passed away. He died there. So I think it was like in his late 80s or something. He's like, nah, I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I'm just telling you. See, you can't make them leave. The Coconut Intelligence Agency, though, in their wisdom, they know how to make you leave. They don't have to offer you money. What they do is they rob your house. Then they rob your house again. Then they'll set your car on fire. Okay? Then they'll set your house on fire and they'll have like a rose petal path to another house. Oh, wow. There's a brand new house here. That's exactly metaphorically what's going to happen with this fiat system. So but to kill the system, friends, they have to like kill it. They have to give it the death blow. Right now, we're in the late stage stuff. So this is what we're seeing now. Do you see this stage 4, this corruption part? Corruption prevails. Wealth is concentrated in the hands of a few. What does that mean? It means that the money printer is being ratcheted on. They're printing 5% of the money supply per year. They're paying workers only 3%. The 2% spread, where's it going to? All the black budget stuff and everything else as well. But also, Rockenegra and everything else, they're finding their ways to get their hands on the money. What are they doing with the money? All the politicians, not even just politicians. Politicians are just paid puppets, friends. They're getting like 20 grand a pop just to shill stuff. It's nothing. They're like just influencers, okay? They're not the real inner workings behind the stuff, okay? The real evil geniuses behind the stuff. They're the ones with the power, okay? They're the ones, multi-generational family stuff. They own everything, right? Top 200 families. You know, the buggies, bug worshippers. They're the ones who are telling everybody to eat bugs. They're probably enjoying steak in the background. Okay, those are the ones. Okay, human population control. Some say non-human intelligence faxes in. Maybe, we don't know. We don't know. Okay, but it's them. You know it's them. Okay, and you saw a bullet fly by. It was divine intervention on Donald Trump. You're telling me he didn't see that? Come on, man. Okay, so they know what's going on. They know, okay, we're going to have to move everyone to the new system. But before they move everyone to the new system, to convince the population that the new system is better, they have to kill the old one. And how they kill it, friends, how they kill it is they just keep robbing everyone's purchasing power. That's how they kill it. Okay. So why does the system suck versus it being good? It sucks because you are spinning your wheels. You're not gaining any purchasing power. So the corruption is going too much. They're going to keep printing money. Rockenegra is literally accumulating an enormous record amount of real estate in America. They're accumulating stonks. They have the ESG. They're dictating who gets the supply of the money, the currency in as well. Now they've got 887,000 Bitcoin for the spot ETF. There you go. That's useful. Rockenegra, by the way, friends, is one of the wallets of the US government. It's not even like a secret anymore. Like they just, whatever the government wants to own, okay, Rockenegra gets it. It is the government wallet, the government private piggy bank, okay? And you're seeing them just collect everything until the end where there's the crisis comes in, okay? It's basically the economy's on its knees and then guillotine. But there will be a perfectly new, pristine, light shining on the hill, a new method, a new currency. That's when everything will just like magically appear and it will be deep state programming and it will be everywhere. First, there'll be people who join in because they're new. They're the suckers, of course. They go in straight away. Then everyone else is eventually have to join. They'll say, "Oh, if you don't join in, you don't get these benefits anymore. You know, or you can't go to work. You know, you have to join to the system. It's better." Then they'll pay all the shills on like Stephen Colbert and everyone else. All this Saturday Night Live, all these other shills. They'll come on the late night TV show shills, making all these things. And just to show you how obvious the propaganda is, this was an actual video on Stephen Colbert. Look at this. Look at that, man. That is like the most obvious. That's the biggest, clearest indication of state-sponsored propaganda. The vaccine, we're making songs, everybody. That's what's eventually going to happen. But they're going to be like, the new digital dollar, the new currency. And they'll probably find the way to obfuscate everyone's purchasing power. So they'll probably, I've got a feeling, see friends, if they just tell you, put $4 of your old currency and you'll get $1. If they just tell you that, I don't think people are going to like it because they're going to know they're getting rebased and debased. They know that. So what they're going to do is they're probably going to do some like system of points and like different stuff. They're going to make it more confusing. So it looks more confusing to everyone. Depends how much they can program. And then it tricks people into thinking they got a better deal. But they didn't just get a better deal. All that what actually happening is they just have a way to like officially on the books remove their debt and then move to a new system. It's literally, friends, like you and I are playing Monopoly and now I've got like a $47,000 trillion debt with you on that piece of paper. And so I decide, hey man, this standard Monopoly game is actually pretty crappy. Let's go play the Pokemon Monopoly theme. There is probably a Pokemon theme out there. Let's play another theme Monopoly. It's a new game. And you're like, oh, there's a debt carryover? No, it's a new game. They're using different colored paper notes, right? The $1 note has a Pikachu on it. No, it's not the same debt. Of course not. And here's like 400,000 TV channels and journalists to tell you why you're an idiot for even asking that question. Let's move on to the next thing, okay? And then everything resets. Right? By the way, another way they reset, friends, is just total war. That's another one. Just gonna be honest with that one. I don't think we're gonna get that. I mean, I hope we don't get that. But that'll kind of suck. World War III, they blow each other up. That's another way. I just don't think we're gonna get that. This could be just plain financial crisis. Why? Because everyone's in debt everywhere. That's pretty much why. So don't forget, friends, the money printer is oxygen. They turn it on, we go up, we keep snowballing until we hit euphoria. They turn it off, we real inflation for a while, and then crypto collapses alongside everything else. So that's what it is, late stage. They turn it on, they start buying up all the assets, they start accumulating. Retail thinks this is going on forever. Retail get trapped, unfortunately, because people see this thing going on. They don't know what's the money printer. They think it's like, oh, the new cycle. It's business, it's innovation, it's all this other stuff. Then once they start participating, inflation goes too high. Then the government's like, turn off the money printer. We'll turn it off for a year or two. We'll crank it back next year. They do that, and then everything gets wiped out. Everyone rinse out. Okay. In the background, friends, I mentioned Rockenegra, the unofficial private wallet of the US government, collects scarce assets. Every year they print 5, but they pay workers 3. That's it. Also enjoy this Peppy eating the ice cream. On the Frencycle. That's cute. Look at the Frencycle, friends. It's a poo. A poo. The kind baby doll, a poo. Now, where does that 2% go? As you see, buy scarce assets. Funding black budget operations, right? The Coconut Intelligence Agency and the Fancy Bananas Investigators. So there you get to see. Also, this is Guts. This is a comic book Guts. Are these things edible? It's one of the eyes. Probably one of the beasts he's slain. So that's going to be us, friends. Then they fight you, right? That's why I put this picture here. Then they fight you, FaZe. This is the beasts. We're here to destroy them. And that's why, my friends, crypto and all these assets, why they're hyper-correlated. We are at late stage fiat. You know, if you go ask Bitcoin people, Bitcoin Maxi people, they believe Ethereum is a representation of the hyper-degeneracy gambling, okay? So it's not like everybody agrees on everything, because once we all agree, okay, we're late stage fiat, what does that mean? It means people are gambling on stuff. So then everybody is now biased. They go, well, anything I'm in is value and anything you're in is gambling. So that's what Bitcoin Maxi say. They say Ethereum is gambling. You're chasing yield. Yield is a sin. Yield is a fiat mentality thing, because nothing grows in the world perpetually forever. You know, trees don't grow to the sky. They eventually hit a point where they stop growing. Okay, so that's the examples they use. And then Ethereum Maxis say, well, all these other layer 1 chains, you guys are the gambling, because we're here for decentralization, maximalization. You are here to like toggle a few numbers and to like grift everybody with our idea, because we were the first movers, right? You see? And then let's say you go into Pulse Chain, example, there are people who are in Pulse Chain. What are they saying? Oh, the altcoins on Pulse Chain, like the meme coins, oh, Tangang and Atropa and PDI and Peak on Pulse Chain and Dickwit, but all these other things that are fun and fantastical and amazing to participate in. Okay, but what are they saying? What are the Maxis saying? That in Pulse Chain Maxis, right? Not seeing the ironic satire the whole way through, the irony the whole way through, they then say to everyone, they go, oh, you meme coins, you're the gamblers now, right? And then do you want to take it a step further? A step further is your friend Sommi here comes in and says, celebrity coins, you're the meme coin gambling. Right, it's literally, we are all on one risk curve. That's it. We're all on one risk curve. When they turn off the money printers, we have a big reset. And then it takes a long time to finally get to where we are right now. 2022, we had to rinse through. 2023, Bitcoin goes up. You see that? Slowly, it builds up. So as you can see, we're all on one risk curve. And you have different volatility of the risk on the downside and the upside. Okay, so obviously your house isn't going to drop 80% next year, but it's not going to go up more than what? 5%, 8% if you make a bigger mega win. Okay, stocks, you know, higher volatility, higher returns slightly. But then you have crypto, right? Yeah, you can drop 80%, but you can go up 800%, a 9x on your money. And that's ultimately where we are today. That's why you really got to be careful when the non-believers come. When the non-believers come, and they're in irrational pricing zone, okay, the numbers you're going to be shown on your screen are unsustainable. What's that going to look like? I hope the prices are very, very high. I hope the Coinbase customers and everyone comes in and smashes my expectations out of the field. I hope that. But now you get to see, all right, you've seen this top-down approach. You go, oh, wow, everything is relying on that money printer, and we're just going to run this cycle. I think we're going to keep running this 4-year stuff, right? Because they print money in that 4-year stuff. They pay off interest, debt repayments. It gets too much. They pull it back. Everything dies. Okay, they've just run that over and over and over again until the patient is finally killed. But I think we're going to know, Francis, right? You all will all have a digital dollar wallet, global currency, whatever the hell it is. It'll be linked to your ID. It'll be linked to bills. It'll be linked to your government can like basically really spy on you even more. Like they're already doing it anyway. But once that is ready, it's like it's ready to come up, then you'll know, oh, we're moving to the new system, okay? The Great Reset. They can Great Reset my ass. I'm not eating the bugs. Let everyone else eat the bugs, friends. For you and me, let's front run the non-believers. We are believers right now. We are pioneers. I'm wearing a Pokemon hoodie. You're my friend. Like, subscribe, belly button, or catch you in the next one.